Hello and welcome everybody, this is International Master Sam Shankland, and today I'd like to finish off my Queen's Gambit series by doing a sort of survey of the Queen's Gambit accepted. So the Queen's Gambit, as we saw, we started with moves d4, d5, c4. And so far we've looked at c6 and e6. But there's one move that we haven't really looked at, and that's, what happens if black just takes this pawn. So, there's a few ways that white can play against this. Black's main idea with this move usually is not to win a pawn. He's not going to hold on to the pawn, but he's going to try to make white waste some time recapturing it. And maybe provoke some weaknesses. So there's three moves that are really played here. Two of them are very transpositional. But the moves are e4, e3, and knight f3. So I'm going to look at e4 first, because it's the most aggressive option. And somehow, though, after e4, I'm not so thrilled with this position for white. Because, for example, after e5, there's some pressure on the center. Something like knight f3, ed4, bishop c4, bishop b4 check, bishop d2, takes. And this could just be me, but I don't like going down material. And in this case, white definitely has some development, but black is very solid. And in a few moves, if he plays knight e7, castle c5, he should be close to winning. So a little skeptical of that. Although, okay, it's a very normal variation. But the main line for black actually is knight f6 here. And the idea is now white can take his pawn back, but he's severely weakened his light squares. So for example, now say knight c6, knight f3, and say bishop g4 or something. And okay, it's a little bit tricky for white to really find a happy position. He'd like to play a move like queen b3, but here after something like knight a5, I'm not really sure what it actually achieves. Queen a4 checks, c6, let's say. White doesn't really have that much to do at the moment, and black's extremely solid. He's well blockaded on the light squares. And it's sort of not the most pleasant. But that being said, white has some space in the center, and that often leads to aggressive play. So I'm going to show like a couple main variations. One thing white often plays here after knight f3, black sometimes plays bishop f5 instead. Say castle, e6, knight c3. And now black actually has a really big decision because he can definitely castle on either side. So I think in some games he often plays for queen d7 and castles long, after which I'm just going to make some random looking moves, queen e2, castle, and let's say something like knight d5, ed5, bishop b5. White obviously is going to try to generate some queenside play, and black will strike back in the king side and in the center.
We hope you enjoyed this video demo from Chess.com. Subscribe today to finish this video and get unlimited access to our full video library. Your membership also includes access to Chess Mentor, the most advanced interactive training tool available anywhere. You'll also get full access to the Opening Explorer, Tactics Trainer, and much, much more. So sign up today and get serious about improving your game.